That's going to be a 6mm hole through this piece, and this piece will have a 5mm hole for a 6x1 thread, M6x1 thread. So there we go. Piece can come out now. Deburr that hole, and it almost looks like it's in the middle. Fairly good burr on the end of it there. I'll get that deburred and get this next one set up. This is a tap follower I made up the other day. It's just got a spring inside, set screw just to hold it in. It's not very well made. I made it just to have a look and with the intentions of changing the idea and design. So it's just an afternoon quick botch up job, just to have a look at the dimensions of it in, yeah, to see how it does look once you do have it made. It does work, obviously, but I have got a couple of different ideas floating around in my melon, so could be another project one day soon, maybe. Okay, so I've got, that's a feeler gauge. Just temporarily stuck a bolt in here. It only just goes in 1 or 2 threads, just enough to hold. But as you can see, it slides alright where you want it. Snip it up. And it's quite solid. Bump into it, doesn't move. So that's worked out pretty well so far. I've got a piece of stainless rod I think I'll make it out of. Just make the bolt up for this and have a little sliding T-handle in the top, so you don't need an Allen key at any time. And just got to have a 10mm hole put in the side here to take an indicator with a small set screw in from the edge here, just to snug it up, and another hole in here to take a solid stop. So that's about all it's left to do. Long stringy tip, gotta love them. Hopefully that'll be on 263,000. No, typical, overshot it. 261. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm just going to clean up this section here now, just to make it look very pretty. And then I can part it off, spin it around and do it. I've got to thread that first. Clean up that other end here first, just to make it look pretty. Space in here a little bit. Go. Right, to put the thread on there now. Well, I didn't film cutting that thread on there, I just done it with a die. Had my hands in the way of the camera the whole time, so I just canned that bit. I'm just going to take probably a smidgen more off this, possibly, but I'm gonna take it out and cut it off in the vise. I'm not going to try and part it off. It's definitely stainless and I've never had much luck with that, so I'll take it off and I'm going to put the collet chuck in and hold it in a collet so I don't mar it up, and put a nice chamfer on the top of that, so I'll get set up for that. Righto, this mill hasn't got a DRO or anything like that, and still learning it, so I've eyeballed this. I did put a pointed object in the chuck and just found the very top of the pin. Well, I've actually put this bolt in the lathe stop to hold it tight. So I've got the clamp on the bottom of it, obviously, and it's just holding it in there tight, hopefully tight enough so I can drill it. I'm going to put a 4.5mm hole through the top. This is sort of the best center drill I have, so I'm just going to very lightly spot it, and hopefully hopefully it all goes to plan. I reckon that's spinning far too fast. We'll give it a go. We're through. Yay. Hopefully got that right and everything worked right, and it's in the middle and it's straight, which it looks to be so far, so I think I might have won that fight. Off camera I just turned up this little pin, just fiddly. Just goes through the cross hole, make little T-handle. Bit of brass here. I was just fiddling around. I did machine the outside down to final dimension just to see what it looked like. Just trying to get my own perspective of it. So just going to center drill it and drill it out to 4mm. And I'm going to Loctite these on with a bit of 680. So that's where I'm up to. Hopefully, yep, steep enough. I'll just face it off gently. Make it 9mm. Somewhere there. I'll cut this off and bring this back when I'm gluing it all together. So my plan is here, I'm going to put just a little drop of Loctite in each one, then try to majorly balance them. Doesn't need much. I've just got to remember to put the bit in the middle, eh? So now I'll push this bit on. More pull the excess out of there without getting it on everything. Well, I'm surprised I only dropped one once. That's spooky. So I'll let that go off now. And I'll go and mark out where the indicator is going to sit. Okay, so this is going to be a fair bit of precision measuring to do this. I'm taking into account the lug at the back, so the indicator is going to sit fairly level. I want to put a tiny little set screw down from the top here. So I'm thinking if I make center 12mm from the top, that's roughly about 12mm from the top. It's definitely going to hit the carriage nice and positive, and we've just got to work out how far in now. Covering in. So 12mm from the top. I know you shouldn't do this with your micrometers. So it's 12mm from the top, and there's our cross. Go that way, X marks the spot. And that, I found a 3/8 drill. So I'm just going to spot it, pilot a hole, and then wire in. wasn't so bad after all. It nearly went straight too. I've set this back up in the mill again. I've got to put a 4mm set screw. I've got some real tiny short ones. I'm going to put it in from the side, and that way there's no swarf or chips are going to get down inside the centre of the grub screw and become a pain later on. So I'm going to drill it for, it's meant to be 3.4, but this is going to be 3.5. It's just a brand new 3.5mm drill, so it should cut very nice, I hope. All going well. Just hope everything goes very nice from here on. And someone got lazy last time he used these taps and didn't clean it. I wonder who that would have been. I'll take it over the bench and take that back out, and should be nearly finished. Well, I'm going to call this project finished. I ran over it and done a bit of draw filing on it just quickly. It didn't take much at all to get it to what it is there now. That's that little small set screw I put in there. Overall it came up pretty good. It's a little T-handle. Come up pretty good. Closes up nicely. So it goes on the lathe that way. And just snip the set screw up just gently. In there nice and tight. So I'll take it over to the lathe now and set it up and show you. There we have it set up on the lathe. Nice tight on there. That's a nice firm fit on the indicator. And and you get the full travel out of the indicator too, you get the full inch out of it. So quite easy to move. So if you want to bring it up and sitting there, it's quite easy to, if you had your, don't know why the hell they put them silly little things on there. They annoy the buggery out of me. They're going to come off. They drive me nuts. So if you want to set a 0, it's quite easy to set the 0. I think it's come up pretty nice considering. Nice little feature having the brass on there. And to have it take the indicator back out, does act as a pretty good stop. I was going to put a hard stop in down the bottom here, but I don't think it's really worth it. I could get a pretty good stop there now. So that's about it for this project. This one's done. A good asset to the lathe. So it was fun using the shaper too. Get a bit of a buzz out when I use a shaper for a project. I looked at the mill and I thought I'd get a lot more fun out of using the shaper. It's just, I don't know what it is, something about it. Anyway, thanks for coming along, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed making this project. It was for different angles and yeah, working out what process to do it all in. It was interesting. It was good. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Yeah, leave a comment what you think. Let me know what you think of this design. Yeah, be interested to know what your thoughts are. Anyway, guys, see you on the next one.